are doing a lovely yoga flow for our hips. So hips are notoriously tight because you may sit in your jog. We tend to keep everything parallel, so it's enclosing. And also for the opposing muscle groups, so your hamstrings might be tight, which are connected to the hips. So we're going to open them up today, which will feel really nice. And it's also a massive energy center. Our sacral chakra is a very emotional energy center. So we hold a lot of tension and emotion consciously and subconsciously in our hips. So we're going to release all that today. So starting standing, you want to come to quite a wide position. So the feet are slightly wider than hip width and your toes are to the corners rather than parallel, so we're opening them up, okay? So take those toes to the corners, relax the shoulders back. I'm going to take a nice deep breath in, lifting the arms up. As you exhale, sink down into the hips, breathing in, lift back up. We're going to circle the arms around and bring the hands back to the heart. So this is called a prana mudra. So you're breathing with a hand movement or an arm movement. So breathe in, lift up, exhale, lower. Breathe in, lift up, exhale, lower. So points to look out for. Try to keep your shoulders over your hips so your chest is not leaning forward here, okay? We want to try to refrain from that because again, we're closing things down and we want to open things up. So breathe in, we breathe out. Get that flow of breath. Breathe in, breathe out. Keep the knees back towards the little toes, so watch the knees aren't coming in. And again, open things out. So breathe in, breathe out. If you feel you need to shorten your stance, so bring the feet closer you can, or widen your stance. If you don't want to take it as low, that's fine. Listen to your body. So breathing in up the Sushumna Nadi, our central energy channel. Exhale as you lower. Inhale, open the rib cage. Exhale. So we're just getting that nice flow of breath in our body, that movement to really stimulate that energy flow. Get that body moving, get the joints open, getting us nice and warm from the inside out. Breathe in, breathe out. Feel that rib cage open, let that lovely breath in. Exhale and lower. So try to engage the glutes as you rise and really release as you lower. Good, so we're going to stay in a low squat now. So this might be fine for you. If you can, slightly bring the feet inward and then lower the elbows down to the thighs. So if that's too much, now this was where you want to take the chest forward here, if you can't get so low. Otherwise, kind of sawing your hips forward. Now what tends to happen is the heels lift. So if you've got a yoga mat, roll that yoga mat up so you'll bring the floor higher. And what can happen here is, again, we want to compress ourselves, whereas we want to open up. So use your body, so your elbows press into your inner thighs and your thighs press into your elbows. Again, trying to keep that spine nice and long and really just let all that energy drain down. So exhale. Now this is a great posture to do. It's probably not people's favourite posture, but if you can just build this into your day. So if you're sat scrolling on your phone, just do it like this for a couple of minutes. See how long you can last. Peel the potatoes. If you've got kids, play with the Lego like this. Just build it into your day, and I promise you it will help throughout all of your life. It will stop need for a hip replacement or anything like that, because you're opening the hips up, you're letting all that energy go and you're keeping that space. Well done. So that's probably enough for this morning. So we'll then come down onto the hands and the knees and just sink the sit bones back. So keep the knees wide, toes together, and take it back to child's pose. So your preference here, some people like to put their hands over their head. your head can't reach the floor, remember, do the mashed potato. Pop your head on your hands. Let it sink in. You might like to wrap your hands behind you. So here, just follow your breath. So breathing in, imagine you're going to blow up a balloon. As you exhale, that breath, that balloon is blown up in your lower back and all the way to your hips. So breathing in up the spine. Exhale, blow up that balloon. Send that breath to your lower back and to your hips. One more time. Good. So from here, lift the head up and come onto the forearms and the hands, and then kick your legs out. So you're coming to frog pose. So don't take the feet too far out. So you want the knee in line with the ankle. And then hands or forearms press down, and then press the hips back. So you inhale, stretch forward, weight on the forearms, exhale, press back. Sinking the sit bones back to the heels. Breathing in. So frog pose, your legs are just like, and really push through the heels as well, so you're flexing your feet, so you're activating all the muscles to help you. So it's not only going to open the hips, but it's going to strengthen them as well. So because you're not kind of using them or they're closed, they might be weak, so we want to get a bit of strength there as well, which in our goddess pose we did with the flow at the start. Good, well done. Lovely. And then from there, bring the feet together in line, knees in line with the feet, and come onto the hands and knees and take your right foot forward, so come to a nice low lunge. So here we're going to work the hamstrings as well, because the hamstrings and the hips are connected, so you want to take both muscle groups, so the opposing muscle groups. So into your nice low lunge, and then we'll rock back to what's called a runner's lunge. So you stretch this leg, and then just hands on the floor here. Now, some people can take it all the way down to the ground. I kind of lose all my stretch if I take it too low, it's gone. So I kind of keep it up, and if I lower my chest, I find that stretch more right there in my hamstrings. So just have a play around with it. You might find, oh, that's really that spot I need if I lower a little, if I lift my chest a little. Just have a play around with where's good for you. And then we'll just rock back into the hips. Exhale, good. Breathing in, exhale, sink back into that runner's lunge. Use that out breath. Try not to contract the tummy here. Keep that spine nice and long, so the length of your spine is flowing that breath, flowing that energy, and resembled in the length of that leg. Good, weight onto that leg, sink here, and then bring your knee under your hip, same side, other side, so make sure the foot's under the ankle, so you're not taking it too far. And what happens sometimes is the knee goes over the toes. Make sure the foot's over the ankle, so you've got a lovely strong base. And hands to the floor or hands on the thigh, relax the shoulders back, just open that hip up. So the weight is pressing down, hips down to the floor, shoulders down the back. And what you're also doing here, when you start to open the hips, you start to open your heart. So chakras, those energy centers are connected, and then you start to open your mind as well. So that nothing is separate, it is all connected. Let's press back to our runner's lunge. So we've straightened that leg. If it won't straighten, keep the knee soft. If it's just, those hamstrings are just too tight, listen to your body, don't force anything. And then sink back, relax the shoulders down the back. Remember to try, see, I can lower a lot more here, which shows that this side's a lot tighter, but I still find my stretch. But we are all different, so you will maybe up higher, not even be able to get the hands to the floor, use a block if so. Okay. Just use that lovely breath. Let's rock forward again, keeping that movement, keeps that flow of energy, keeps opening things up and releasing. Just let everything go. As I say, a lot of subconscious and conscious tension and emotion is carried in our hips. It's a very sensitive area of the body, and that will show with your emotions and how tight they are too. Good. Breathing in and out, follow that breath, keep that spine long, exhale down the leg. Well done. Lovely, so from here, come onto the knees and then feet to the side, swing the sit bones round, and we'll come to a seated happy baby. So you may have done this on the floor. So again, keep the feet in line with the knees. We're going to flex the feet, hands to the soles of the feet if you can, and you're kind of drawing your knees up to your shoulders down away from your ears. So again, try not to contract. If your hands can't reach the feet or the ankles, then use the legs and feel that pull up. So you're pressing the sit bones down, shoulders down, breathing in up the spine, exhaling to open the hips. Breathe in, breathe out here. So again, flex the feet, tension through that area of the body. Well done. And then release here. So we're going to stretch that leg over. So again, the back of your right leg is on the floor. You're kind of really pressing down to lift the rib cage and open up, and then turn the chest. So again, we're working through the hamstrings. Exhale and lower. Push out through the heel, or you can take a pointed foot here if you want to. Relax the shoulders again, relax the head, weight down. And then coming back up, lifting up and switching the legs over. So right foot on the inside of the leg, left leg out nice. So find that space, root down into the sit bones, inhale that right arm up, exhale over the top. So really find that rib cage lift and open. That lovely breath is going to help you. So let it in. And as I say, remember that we're not only opening the hips, you then start to move that energy, open the heart, then start to move that energy and open the mind. Find that space. Always looking for space in yoga. Turn the chest over the leg. And just think how when you find space in your life, if you're having a clear out, when you find space and, we're clearing out our body of all the negativity, the things we don't want. It's just the same, and that same rush of feeling of cleansing, of healing is the same in your body as if you're tidying out cupboards. Good, release there. And then if you can, take a nice wide seated forward fold. So if you need to narrow your gait, if you find that your posture's going because you've got your legs too wide, then please do. And if your hamstrings are too tight, then bend the legs. So inhale, press down in the sit bones, lift up in the chest. As you exhale, lower down. See where you can get to. You might prefer your hands out in front of you. Good, just shoulders down the back. Work with that breath, breathing in. Exhale and lower. Soften to where you can. You could always have a block or a pillow here, or under the knees or the hamstrings, or sat on one if you prefer. Good. Work with that out breath again. Flex or point the feet, but keep them active. So don't just let the feet soften. Work through them, and that will send that energy down the leg from the hips and back again. Good. And then walk the hands back. Give the legs a little shake. Any tightness, any tension gone there. Lovely. Just bring the feet up towards you. Sit bones to the heels. We'll take it down to the ground. Or yes, we're going to curve down through the spine. So you want to keep your left foot on the floor. Bring your right knee in towards you. Head down to the ground. And then take that knee outside of your body. And then we'll do half happy baby. So you stack your foot over your knee. Press down in that foot. Make sure this left side you're not opening the knee out. It's nice and strong. If you can from there, extend the leg. Again, if it won't go, keep the leg bent. Make sure your pelvis isn't tilted. So you want that pelvis nice and neutral, nice and stable. Press down if you want to extend the leg, you can. And then press down again. And foot on the floor. And just have a moment, just Have 2 hands on your hips and notice how the right side feels compared to the left side. Hopefully that right side has just dropped slightly. Okay, then bringing your left knee in towards you and taking a rock side to side, and then stack the foot over the knee outside the body. Twist this way. So press down through the foot. If it's too hard to reach the foot, then reach down on the calf or the shin and press down that way. Again, if you want to extend the leg, you can. Just remember that right leg, keep it here, don't lift the pelvis, don't hitch the hip. Keep it neutral. Press down again maybe and stretch out. Keeping the movement might help. Well done. And then pop the foot down, both hands on the hips. Notice maybe have a little shake with the hips there. And then bring the soles of the feet together. Nice little relaxed finish. Hands under your thighs if you want to. Just take a couple of pelvic tilts so you know your lower back is pressing down. Press the feet together, support the thighs if you want to. You can pop pillows underneath and just relax the shoulders. Take a breath in up the spine. As you exhale, just start to soften the hips. Let the knees drop further. Breathing in. Exhale. Let it all flow out from you. Nice and open, so open in the heart, open in the hips, open in the mind. Let that breath just keep working its way. And then carefully, you can stay here if you want to, or bring the feet and the knees back together. Drawing one knee in at a time and just take a little rock from side to side. Well done. Crossing your feet at the ankles or rest on one side and rock and roll yourself up to a seated position. So I hope you notice now, even sat here, that the hips have become open. And when we start to open the energy within us, we start to open the energy within the universe. So bring our hands to our heart. Thanks for joining me. Namaste.